Chapatti, thank you for teaching us to be healthy. Chapatti, that was really yummy.
Like a kid with new toys. Health is my greatest joy. Come and see, come and be with our host Chapatti.
Hello, welcome. This is Food with Life. And I am Chapatti, your host for the day. And I have one important question for you. Which of these famous people is vegetarian? Albert Einstein, Michelangelo, Mr. Rogers, Chelsea Clinton, Henry Ford, Joan Namath, Martina Navratilova, Alicia Silverstone, Mahatma Gandhi, the Beatles, or Leonardo da Vinci? We'll be right back and see if you can figure out the answer. See you in just a minute. This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. And you know what the answer is? All of them! All of these famous people are vegetarian. And now to tell us a bit about how to get more fruit and vegetables in your diet and enjoy a vegetarian meal is our wonderful guest, Deborah Parliament, who has written a wonderful book on what no meat. Deborah, please come in and give us some information.
Well, Chapatti, now we are going to make some tempeh tacos.
Oh, tempeh. I tell you about tempeh. When I was learning English language, I was thinking tempeh, and they kept saying tempeh. I said, no, paytem, paytem, paytem. But I wasn't paying anyone anything. So they said tempeh, tempeh. I said, okay, good word.
Good word,
Yes.
and it's a good food.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know what tempeh is, but it's actually a cultured soybean cake.
What do you mean by cultured? I come from a culture of Bangladesh, but nobody calls me tempeh.
Well, no, I don't mean culture like that kind of culture. I mean culture like yogurt is cultured.
Oh, I see.
And you know, another thing that people frequently ask me is, how can vegetarians get calcium if they don't eat any meat? And you know what I say to them? I say to them, meat doesn't have any calcium.
Yeah, but what about dairy products?
Well, of course, there are some vegetarians that do eat dairy products,
Yes.
but strict vegans don't. And what I say to those people, do you know, dairy products are an excellent source of calcium if you want the fat.
Yes, and tempeh has no cholesterol.
That's right, tempeh has no cholesterol, but it does have a lot of calcium. And you know the value of calcium.
As they say, calcium builds strong bodies 10 ways.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to make these tempeh tacos. And this is what the tempeh looks like before it's cooked, little cultured soybean cakes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat some oil in the non-stick skillet, okay? And then what we're going to do is right away we're going to go ahead and we are going to saute our tempeh.
You can think of yourself just sunning yourself at the ocean. You know?
Kind of like that. But the reason why people who are vegetarians like the taste of tempeh
Yes.
is because it has a very chewy kind of a ground round consistency. So
Ooh.
nobody has to miss eating meat when they have their tempeh. And then we're going to add an ounce of salsa. Okay? And we're going to add about a tablespoon of soy sauce. And then we're going to add a little bit of black pepper, just about a teaspoonful of black pepper. All right, and we're going to stir that up, and it is so yummy.
Smells very good.
It does smell very good, Chapatti, and I know that you're going to love the way it tastes.
One thing I know when we're cooking, my nose gets bigger at a good flavor and a smell. So I do not hope it reaches you from where you are, but I'll keep it down from where I am right here.
Well, thank you, Chapatti. And do you know that not only does tempeh give you calcium, but it's also rich in protein and it's rich in fiber and it is rich in iron. So it's just an excellent, excellent healthy food for people to eat. So now that's all we have to do, just heat it up a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put our tempeh into a taco shell.
Oh.
We've already softened them by
Yes.
just heating them for a few seconds
Very
on
small.
each side
Yes.
in some oil. So we're going to take a little bit of our tempeh, and then we're going to add some beautiful vegetables that we've already cut up. Why don't you put the vegetables that you enjoy onto this taco?
I love this spinach, green leafy spinach, you can see. Very
Green
nutritious.
leafy spinach.
Very
of course,
good.
you could use romaine lettuce or cabbage.
Yes.
Now I'll help you put a few little sprouts on there.
Yes.
Looks good, huh?
And we put an avocado in, yes?
We could put some avocado. My children love this because they love foods that you pick up and eat.
Oh, yes.
You know, the carry around kind of foods.
You can take this anywhere you want.
You can. You know, it's a good thing to take to lunch. You could put it in a little baggie, and then instead of having to go down to the local fast food establishment, you can have your tempeh taco and have a delicious, nutritious lunch. Did you put on your tomatoes?
No, I didn't put a tomato.
All right, I'm going to put a few tomatoes.
But it's with good fresh vegetable. Very, very good for your nutrition.
And organic. I
Yes.
prefer organic because I don't like pesticide tacos. Would you like to take a taste?
I would love to take a taste. Here it goes. Look, my arm muscles are getting bigger already. This is excellent. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is Food with Life. Welcome back to Food with Life. I am Chapatti, and we have back our wonderful guest, Mrs. Deborah Poneman, who wrote a wonderful book, What No Meat. Deborah, about vegetarian food. You know, many people, I think, have the idea that when you have vegetarian dish, that you have not enough to eat. You know, it's not, they think maybe it's not filling enough, you know. Tell me something about how we could feel better about this.
Well, I often hear that same idea. You can't get filled up from vegetables. But today what we're going to be making is vegetarian quesadillas.
Quesadilla? Quesara, sara, what could be, could be, could be. Oh, sorry.
No, and quesadillas are very filling. They have cheese and lots of vegetables. And not only are they filling, this is a dish that even our children will love.
Our children? I didn't think we had children. Oh, maybe in another lifetime.
Well, Chapatti, no, I don't mean our children. I mean all children.
The world's children.
The world's children,
Yes,
exactly.
very nice.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to make some vegetarian quesadillas. So why don't we proceed over
Very nice.
to our cooking area, Chapatti.
Good.
And about 7 minutes ago, I actually sliced some of these carrots very thinly, and I sliced about a half a zucchini also very thinly, and I put them into the toaster oven, which is a little bit behind you.
Yes.
And here is the finished product, which I just took out of the toaster oven. One of the ingredients for our vegetarian quesadillas. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the oven. And I'm going to start by putting just a little bit of oil, maybe a teaspoonful of oil, into our nonstick frying pan. And I start out on a bit of high heat. And then I'm going to be taking this burrito-sized tortilla, put it into the pan. We'll move it around a little bit,
Yes.
just so that it gets oiled.
Oily, so it doesn't stick too much to the non-stick.
Right, so it doesn't stick to the nonstick.
Yes.
And it softens up the tortilla a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, then the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to, because we're only going to put the vegetables on half of the tortilla, I'll use my spatula to pick it up here. We're only going to put the vegetables on half of the tortilla.
Yes.
I'm just going to hold it up like this, and I'm going to lay some of these carrots that I've already toasted in the toaster oven or broiled in the broiler.
Yes.
I'm going to put them here. Very, very yummy roasted vegetables. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some greens. You know, we always like to have a nice
good with
amount
iron,
of
yes.
greens. That's spinach. But, you know, there are a lot of different things that you could put in. You could put kale. You could put in some chard. And then we're going to put in our cheese. And the thing about the cheese is that you can use dairy cheese if you are lacto-ovo vegetarian and you don't mind eating dairy products. But there are also all kinds of vegetarian cheeses. There's soy cheese, there's veggie cheese, there's
rice cheese.
Rice cheese, and even, Chapatti, there is almond cheese.
Almond cheese.
Yes, many, many kinds of cheeses.
Maybe
Then we're
a nutty flavor.
Nutty flavor. We're going to put on a little bit of salsa.
Yes.
And top it off with some Parmesan cheese that we grated ourselves. And now what I'm going to do is just cook it just until the cheese
Keep it on and
melts.
melt. And I think the cheese probably will be like the glue. Holds
It is like
together.
the glue. And what's great about this is that you can bring this to lunch.
Ah.
And it's very, very filling
Yes.
to have something like this
Yes.
at lunch in the middle of the day.
It'll keep everything together. The cheese holds it all in one little sandwich.
I'm going to flip it over here.
Ah, very nice.
Does that look good?
Very nice. I'm hungry again.
Are you hungry
Yes.
again? And now, I think we could see that the cheese has melted.
Yes.
And I'm just going to put this onto the
Ah.
plate. Turn off
Very
our...
nice. Very
Would
nice.
you like to try a little bit of this,
yes.
Chapatti?
Should I try with a fork or I'll go
Well,
this
I
way.
think you have a...
It's hot. It's hot.
Is it too hot for you?
I can go for this. When you're hungry, hot. Oh, but
What do you think?
delicious. For lunch, this is excellent. You know, lunch should be a big meal, from what I understand, you know. Because the lunch, the body is very much like everything outside the body. You know, the sun is very high in the heaven, in the sky, you know. And sun is heat. And heat is the most important element behind good digestion. When you have a lot of heat, digestive heat and fire, you have no problem with digestion and breaking down the food. So it's very good to have the lunch between 12 and 2 o'clock of the day, because this is the time when the sun is highest.
And I've heard, Chapatti, that if you eat your big meal at night,
Yes.
that it could lead to toxification
Absolutely.
in the digestive system and even excessive weight gain.
Yes, because food does not get digested completely when you have it at night unless it's a small amount.
So this is something good to eat for lunch, and you could even make it the night before and put it in a little container
Yes.
and bring it with you to work or give it to your kids for school.
Wherever you want, take it with you.
Whatever you want.
We'll be right back with our wonderful guest, Deborah Poneman. This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. I am Chapatti, and we're here with our wonderful guest, Deborah Poneman, who is the author of a beautiful book called What No Meat. And Deborah, tell us a little bit about some snacks that we could have for the afternoon.
Well, you know, Chapatti, when the children come home from school or when people who work come home from work,
Yes.
they're hungry. They want a little bit of a snack.
Very hungry.
But if you eat something too heavy, then it's going to fill you up and you're not going to be hungry when it's time for dinner. So I think a wonderful snack is fresh fruit. Now, of course, you could just take a piece of watermelon or one of these delicious peaches, nectarines, kiwis. But what I like to do in my house is I like to make my children fresh fruit smoothies.
Ooh, very good.
And what we do is we cut up this fresh fruit and we put it in the blender and we add a little bit of water and we turn it on. And what's great about it is that when you're drinking this fresh fruit smoothie, which, you know, some people, they go to the store, they buy
Yes.
orange juice, they buy apple juice, which is certainly better than drinking soda pop by far.
Yes.
But do you know, within minutes of cutting up a piece of fruit, that it begins to oxidize? Yes, which means it begins to lose its nutritional value. But when you cut up a piece of fruit and you put it in the blender and you turn it on and you drink it within minutes, it has all of the vitamins and minerals intact and all of the enzymes are still alive. Very good for the digestion.
Should we try some?
I think we should try some.
Very good. So we have here what, some nectarines. Nectarine.
And while you put those in the blender, I'll put this delicious organic banana in
All
the
right.
blender.
Oh,
you know, we
there we
always
go.
like to eat organic because I'm
Nectarines.
not very fond of pesticide smoothie.
No, not
No,
very good.
no.
This is fresh, and if you get the organic, as you say, it saves everything, and the body rejoices when you have an organic
And-
vegetable or fruit.
Absolutely. And we have about a cup and a half of fresh fruit, and we're going to add just about a half a cup of water.
That is it. Small.
Okay, just a little bit of water.
top on.
And then we're going to, and you just have to turn on the blender for a few moments. And There you have it, Chapatti.
That's quick.
That is so quick. And now you and I are going to enjoy this. And you know what else? What we do in my house is after we make our smoothies, very quickly after they're made, and I like it when there's a little bit, few chunks of fruit.
A little bit of the pulp there, yes?
Yeah, my daughter actually makes me turn it off so she has a little bit of chunks of banana.
Yes.
And then what we do in my house is we make a little bit extra and we put it into these popsicle holders and we freeze it. And if you freeze it right away, again, still the vitamins, the enzymes can remain intact. And this is a delicious snack, especially on those hot summer days.
Oh, very good idea. We'll try one of these in a second. Oh, I'm gone.
I am gone too,
I'm gone.
Chapatti.
I can't do another part. I'm gone. My tongue is stopping to talk.
Well, hang in there for about one more minute because I want to share with you another wonderful snack that you can make for yourself, and you can eat your popsicle while I'm making it.
All right.
A wonderful snack that you can make for your children, which is again full of vitamins and full of enzymes, and that is fresh applesauce. Again, you know, applesauce, especially organic, when you buy it in a jar, is better than some snacks like the applesauce that's filled with sugar and preservatives.
Also applesauce that comes in jars and it's been there for a couple of days or weeks or how long.
Well, next time you go to the grocery store, Chapatti, look at the expiration date on the applesauce and you'll be surprised. Sometimes it's in the next decade. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make some fresh applesauce. And we're just going to take this. I took about 4 apples and I cored them and I peeled them. Excuse me, I didn't peel them.
You
the
cut
peel
them
is
up.
still on. And when they're organic, you want the peel because there's no pesticide residue. And again, a lot of the vitamins and nutrients are in the peel. And what I'm going to do is usually I put about 4 cups of apples, but I think I probably put about 2 in right now. And usually we put about a cup of water, so I'm just going to put about half a cup. And then also what I add to the applesauce is some cinnamon. Yummy.
Good
okay,
spice.
so let's see how delicious this is going to be. Should I turn it on?
Yes.
And away it goes.
I think you put in a bit more water.
Oh, it's going, Chapatti.
Yes.
It is going. Ooh, does that look good? Okay. Should we see what our applesauce tastes like? We'll put it in a little cup here. You have a spoon?
Now, is there much difference here between this and a smoothie?
Well,
With the smoothie?
Well, when you have 2 children like I do, one is going to ask for the smoothie. And when they hear that the one asks for the smoothie, the other will ask for the applesauce. Okay. Well, I think I see a spoon over here. So.
Well, I don't know, but we should ask our children what they like better.
I didn't know we had any, Chapatti.
No, I thought it was another time.
It was another lifetime.
Yes.
Have a
I'll try
taste?
some, yes.
How good is that?
Oh, I'm at home.
Are you at home?
I'm at home. You need to try this very soon. As soon as you get a chance, get some of this fresh apples with some water, put it in a blender, and come on home. Thanks for watching. Stay with us. This might be the end, yes?
This is the end, Chapatti.
We want to thank our wonderful guest, Deborah Poneman, author of a wonderful book, What No Meat, and for a wonderful knowledge you have shared with us about fruit and vegetables and the best way to eat for kids, for adults, at any time. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Chapatti. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. Stay and watch another time. Thanks for watching Food with Life. Have a wonderful day and a very wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Chapatti, thank you for your recipes.